Is this the year that I become an artist? I don't know. It's kind of feeling like that. A lot of my themes around this year have been like not being entrepreneurial, shutting down my business versus art, starting to create more. And I think this is the year that I like really lean into that. And so I think one of the pillars for my year is artist. I've been an entrepreneur, I've been in business for a decade, I've lived in the business world. So many of my conversations have been about funnels and systems and growth and scale, and I'm not about that anymore. And I think after traveling last year for 9 months and like being like ripped out of entrepreneurship and business and like being with people that don't talk about that when you meet them, they don't ask you what you do for a living, they just talk to you. They're not talking about growth and how do you scale this or what are the systems that you're implementing or all this stuff. I think there's much more of a human element to being an artist. And so, yes, of course, entrepreneurship is cool and it's changed my life and it's been super amazing, and definitely wouldn't really change it for the world. I think this is the year that I try to unravel some of that and start from, I don't know, just like take everything and, like I've talked about with Live a Great Story, is like planting this from a foundation of like art and the soil and the origins of something, putting it back into the art world versus the business world. And so I think that's something that I'm really excited about. And I think it's going to be a big pillar for me in this new year, is like changing how that looks. And I think I'm about to get kicked out of the field. I think this is it.
The facility as well as the fields are closed.
Okay.
So you do need to go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. Thanks. He got kicked out. It's beautiful while it lasted, and I think I accomplished my mission here. It feels good, honestly. This field is amazing. It's saved my nervous system so many times just coming out here, walking barefoot in the grass. It's an incredible field. She's kicking these people out too. It's okay. I'm not mad at her. She's just doing her job. But overall, I think that there's so much business stuff happening, and there's so much money stuff, and people are really focused on money and building things that make money. And I think you can make art that makes money, but you can't make business that's art. I can inject business principles into art. That's what I've done. But I don't know if you can inject art principles into business. I think they're fundamentally different. And so for me, a big part of it this year is, how do I pursue the arts? So that's, I think, the most important pillar out of all of this that is most exciting to me is the year of the artist. YouTube video number 1 out of the year, finished on a Sunday. Not no longer, but I'm gonna try my hardest to not do this anymore, to plan it a little better, give myself more time to create, not just doing it last minute. But also, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing week. I was gone all weekend. All good. Let's publish this and start this next week. So back in April of 2020, I wrote this creator, artist, entrepreneur. And it's funny because I was dealing with probably the same topic, the same conversation, like trying to figure out what this meant for me and balancing like entrepreneurship and like this identity of being an entrepreneur for so long and like really since high school. I mean, almost 20 years of being wanting to be a business person, being an entrepreneur. And so I wrote this blog post, and it says, to be an artist, you simply have to create daily. No final goals needed to be attached to the creator process. But for an entrepreneur, they are filling a gap and solving a problem, exchanging a value. To be an entrepreneur means sales. You cannot be an entrepreneur and never sell anything, but you can never sell a piece of art and you can still be an artist. I'm not sure exactly what this means, but I think I'm onto something. So this was either 4 or 5 years ago, somewhere in this time range, and it's kind of crazy to be thinking about this so long ago and for this to be kind of a underlying, probably internal conflict. In the end, maybe they're all one and the same, wearing different titles at different times. Or maybe not. Still dealing with this. But now, we shut it down. Shut down the business. Kind of. Not really, we'll see. And then jumping into entrepreneurship, jumping out of entrepreneurship into being an artist. To me, this is the end of the business side of what we're talking about. And this is kind of the start of the art side. So this is closing down. Everything is getting packed up. There's now no more things to sell. It's all either sold or gone. And this week I'm going to finalize breaking all this down. And then, I don't know, keep diving into the art side. I'm excited about it. So this is going to be one of the things I talk about probably a bunch on this channel this year, is art, pursuing artistry, art and business, amongst some other things. The other things I think I'm going to focus on are making money. So if I'm not running my business and selling my own stuff, how am I going to make money? Is it getting a job? How does it look like to get a job as an entrepreneur? Things like that. Of course, travel and generally like living a great story are going to be also themes of things that I talk about. And I think there's one more, but this is the first video of the year. Last year I did 52 videos. This year I want to do 52 again every week, once a week posting. So if you're into art, being an artist, a little bit of businessy stuff and tactics, and can't escape the business stuff. Of course, travel and adventure and living a great story. Subscribe, and I'll see you next week.